Hello, everybody. I'm Renee Varnador, and this is Soul Portal Journeys. I'm here with my friend Carrie, and we are going to be helping you understand what's going on in this new lunation with the sun and moon conjunct in Sagittarius, while right next to Antares, which is Archangel Uriel's star. So we'll be bringing in Archangel Uriel for this, which will be exciting. So if you've never connected with Archangel Uriel, you just might during the meditation. So we'll see what goes on. So I'm going to share my screen, and then that's the lyrics to the song that I'm singing. But really what we're trying to do is we're trying to call in all of the energies from around us, all around us, four directions, above and below and within. And when we do that, what we end up doing with that energy, we're singing in the angels, and the angels are helping us center within our own being. And so we're finding our center, which is very important during these turbulent times. So here we go. I'm going to share. Okay, so this is what we're doing. This is today. This is the new moon ceremony. The things that I asked everybody to bring are right here. If you're watching the replay, just kind of close this down and take a picture of this. Make sure you got all this stuff. Now we're in calling in the second 7 directions, and we're starting with the east. So if you stand up and face east, it gives you more of a feeling of being able to call in the energies around you. Spirits of the East, errant inspiration, Archangel Raphael, please come. Spirits of the South, fiery creative spirits, Archangel Michael, please come. Spirits of the West, watery loving spirits, Archangel Gabriel, please come. Spirits of the North, earth clearing spirits, Archangel Uriel, please come. Spirits of below, Mother of potentiality, Archangel Santafon, please come. Spirits of above, for the sky perspective change, Archangel Metatron, please come. Spirits of within, heart space gifts, Archangel Hanael, please come. Okay, notice which one of those archangels felt the strongest to you today. And if you notice that we called in Archangel Uriel from the north. And so that was, that energy. And Archangel Uriel has to do with the solar plexus chakra. So you might feel more power, more intention. A lot of people were commenting that they woke up in the middle of the night. I woke up just like minutes before this was exact on November 30th at 10:17. And so it's just like boom, 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 boom. What do you do then with this activated energy? I checked the sun today, a, a, a day and a half after the new moon, and the sun is still within the conjunction range of Antares. So the sun is still on Archangel Uriel's star. And interesting enough, today the moon when we're starting this, is conjunct the galactic center, the center of the Milky Way galaxy, which we can connect to in the core of the Earth, oddly enough, I've heard lately. See if that works for you. Test it out. How do we know unless we test it out, right? Oh, good. Somebody else is here. I think it's Annabelle. But the other thing that's happening is that the moon at the galactic center, by the time we finish up this ceremony, the moon is going to be at the last degree of Sagittarius. So it'll be like the ending of its time in Sagittarius. Now, the moon moves through each sign in 2.5 days. So it's not really, we don't really notice this big change because it happens every month. But it is always interesting when planets move to 29 degrees, especially if they've just been on the galactic center, which the moon just was, or just is right now. So Annabelle, welcome. Good to see you. Woohoo! We've got Carrie and Annabelle here, and I know that there are several people watching the replay. So I'm talking to all of you guys. So we're in good hands. We're going to move along. We just sang in these archangels, and we're really focused on Archangel Uriel today. And this is what it looked like on November 30th at 10:20 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it's different. It was already the next day. It's already December 1st for Annabelle by the time she experienced this new moon energy. Because you're in France, right? Yeah. Okay. So we've got the sun and the moon meeting at 9 degrees 32 minutes. Now, how do we even know that? Well, where are they? There's the glyph for the sun. There's the glyph for the moon. There's the glyph for Sagittarius. And there's 9 degrees here. And then the 32 minutes is here. So when these two are on, our big luminaries are on the exact degree, that's when we get a new moon. And what is right next to that? This is 9 degrees 32 minutes. And Antares right now is at 10 degrees 6 minutes. So this is a really close conjunction for the star because the minutes only go up to 60. So it's more than it's like half a degree. Conjunction. And when a planet as big as Antares is within 2 degrees of something, we feel like that's a conjunction. So this is a close conjunction on a new moon. Now the sun, every year it goes through all the stars and has a conjunction with our major stars. The moon does it every month, but you don't often have new moons on these big stars. And this Antares happens to be one of the Archangel's stars, Archangel Uriel. So that's what we got. We also have this amazing, look how close this is to the great attractor. Now, stars usually have a 1 to 2 degree conjunction, depending on range, depending on how bright they shine or how close they are to us, because this is all Earth-centric astrology. But this is the great attractor. And it's very close to the great attractor because that has an orb of more like 5 degrees. And I know somebody here that has the great attractor. Their son is on the great attractor because they were born December 8th. And I have a husband born December 7th. So he's got this great attractor thing too. So we've got this powerful, the sun's about to hit. Okay. The sun will actually be on the great attractor exact either the 7th or 8th of December. So, and on December 7th, Mars is going to go retrograde. So that's interesting. More about that in a minute. But look how close Mercury is to the great attractor. Mercury's also almost really close to the range, and Mercury is also really close to the galactic center. So Mercury's in that midpoint between these two powerful points in Sagittarius. I think that these 2 points, the great attractor and the galactic center, are why people with Sagittarius placements are so wise. But that's just my opinion. So we also, whenever Antares is conjunct anything like that, we also have another star that's opposite it, and that star is Aldebaran. And Aldebaran is another one of the royal stars, and this one is overseen, the watcher of this star is Archangel Michael. So if we feel like we need to draw a circle of protection around ourselves at this time, then we can ask Archangel Michael to help us with that. Because what we really are doing is making sure that we are strong and steady in our own power, in our own centeredness during these times. And that way we can be them in mastery and responsible for our own lives moving forward. And then we're able to be of service to whoever we happen to come across in the present moment, and just like, oh, okay, well, this person needs something. I'm here. Let's do this. And we can't help if we're not taking care of ourselves. So that's really, really important for us to center every day, or to start our morning in a way that's going to center us. So, Mars is still kind of considered opposite Pluto, even though there's Pluto over there. Pluto is still at 0 degrees Aquarius. Now, Pluto was in Capricorn the last time we had a new moon ceremony on November 19th. Pluto moved into Aquarius, and he's going to be there for almost 20 years. January of 2024 is when he's finally going to start moving into Pisces. But here he is, and he's conjunct a couple of stars. Almost, he's really close to conjuncting this star, and we're going to talk more about that one when we go to the next page, which is just the star page. But I want to make sure that even though Mars is all the way at 5 degrees, there's a wide conjunction there. So it's not an exact conjunction. So when Mars and Pluto get together, there's just this sense of, with Pluto as the huge transformation and Mars as the one taking action, there could be a big transformation in the way that we decide to take action, or what we decide to take action on. Like last month, I would have told you, hey, we're going to move to France. But now it looks like my husband and I are moving to Mexico City. So everything is just kind of strange. But you know what? You know what? Why Mexico City? Because it has the best airline nonstop flights to Europe, 6 cities in Europe, nonstop from Mexico City. And one of them's Charles de Gaulle in France, in Paris. And I plan to be there more often, at least once a year. So there we go. Okay. So this new moon is part of a grand fire trine with Mars in the North Node. So here they are, the Mars and the Sun in Sagittarius, which is a fire sign. And where the Aries point here is the North Node here, which is kind of tells us our destiny. These are nodes of the moon. And they're kind of, it's getting ready. It's been in Aries for a while. It's getting ready to move into Pisces first of the year. So this one's happening. And then, but the third point, this is this triangle, this is the Sun and the Moon, this is the North Node, and then this point is Mars at 5 degrees. So we've got 4 degrees, 5 degrees, and 9 degrees. So it's not a really strong blue. It's kind of a medium blue, because this is kind of like not an exact conjunction, but it's still flowing fire energy, inspiration, get inspired, which is another reason why a lot of people woke up in the middle of the night with this new moon configuration coming in. Okay. And what we're going to be, it's not showing right now, but this really strong line between Pluto and Sedna. Okay, this is Aquarius is an air sign. There's a strong blue line, 0 degrees Pluto. 0 degrees, what's that? That's Sedna. Sedna is the farthest out dwarf planet that we know of that's elliptically orbiting our solar system. So Sedna is rotating around our sun, but she takes 11,400 years to do it. So she's moving fast right now. I mean, she's moved from 27 degrees to 0 degrees. She's moved this far the whole time I've been alive. So, I mean, how fast is that? I don't know. But so she's moving faster in her 11,000 degree orbit than she usually does. So this is making a trine right here. And what's the other point of the trine is not showing, but it's trying to show it as it's trying to show a trine with the south node. But this is the supergalactic center here at 2 degrees. So there's some activation with this 2 degrees supergalactic center, which is a really powerful point. It's like Milky Way galaxy and Andromeda galaxy are attracted to each other, and they're moving towards each other. And the two of them, along with a bunch of other galaxies, are moving gravitationally towards the supergalactic center. And they're all meeting up and they're all saying, okay, this is how we're doing. And they're all giving what they know. And if you can tune into that conversation, it's interesting. I know that conversation's happening. And I've tuned into a couple things, but I haven't really gotten clear. I'm hoping to get clearer messages from these conversations in the future. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how much clarity I get with all of this wild stuff happening in the sky. So here are the stars that we were talking about. I was just talking about the supergalactic center right here. Just talking about the great attractor right here. There's Antares, which is the star of the stars today is Antares. And that's right on the sun and the moon. We also have the Ring Nebula. I really have been studying nebulas since the March equinox. And I put as screensavers on my computer all of the pictures of nebula. And it's like when stars explode, there's like this nebula that remains. And I think that the nebula patterns is information that we can glean from what the civilizations there were like, what it was like to be rotating around that star, what it was like to be living on that star, what it was like to be that, whatever living beings were there. And it's like they're sending us messages of how they did, which is really good because our Earth and our sun are going through huge transformations right now, and we're kind of along for the ride. As much as we can learn as possible during this incredible time of transition, the better. So then here's Pluto's on Aldebaran and Altura and Albira. Albira is not in my star software. And then there's a star Tau Ceti on Chiron. There is Algol. This is Uranus, and Algol is one of the stars on Uranus. Been there for a couple months now. We've had it on there quite a bit. Jupiter just moved to be in conjunction with the star Rigel in Orion, which is good because the Orion stars give us a chance to resolve dualities and polarities. If we know there's a duality and we get ourselves stuck on one side of it, then we're blocked, we're stuck, it becomes an obstacle to us because we're not taking in the entire polarity. So understanding the whole polarity is a good thing. Getting stuck on one side of the duality is not. And we see a lot of conflict happening on the Earth because people's ideas get stuck as they get stuck on half a polarity called duality. So issues happening there all the time. But look what Rigel is pretty opposite the great attractor. And so let's hope that there's some energy between Gemini, which is knowledge collecting, connecting knowledge, collecting knowledge, and Sagittarius, which is okay, now that I've collected all this knowledge, Sagittarius kind of takes it and says, okay, so now here's my wisdom. And so it's like a heart opening, here's my wisdom thing. So the knowledge collected is much more tangible. The wisdom collected is much more heart opening. So that's happening. We also have Alphard. This one is just on the ascendant if you happen to live where I do. So this one you're probably not going to feel because you're in France and Hawaii. Um, so that's the stars that we're in. I went through them real quick. Eris is still on Arcturus. Eris doesn't show up on these charts, but I love the fact that it's been over a year since Eris has been opposite Arcturus, and I love the healing energy of the Arcturians. I just feel so much healing whenever I tune in and need healing. I know that the connection is there in the sky, and it's very, very satisfying. The South Node is like I was saying, is conjunct the supergalactic center, and so really this is, we can release on a South Node what's no longer serving us, and there's a lot of power behind that release. So that's all interesting. So those are the stars that we're working with, and the degree is 9 degrees, which turns out to be Sagittarius 10, because anything between 9 and 10 degrees. So golden hair goddess of opportunity, the universal idea, disregarding society's definition of success, fame, and fortune, is the powerful goddess whom we serve unless we free ourselves from the illusion that she provides happiness. So I grew up with a whole bunch of people seeking fame and fortune because my mom was a acting coach, and she attracted a whole bunch of actors into her sphere. All of her friends were actors. And they all thought when they first came to class that they wanted fame and fortune. And it was just kind of the acting business is like either the door's going to open or it's not. And I could feel that I was standing at the door, expecting the door to open a couple different times and realizing it wasn't going to. And it's you have to be destined for that kind of being in that kind of business. And my mom certainly was. She always wondered why some of the really talented people that she knew, things never happened for them. And it's just, if the door is supposed to that door is supposed to open for you, it does. Luckily, thank goodness that door didn't open for me, because fame and fortune is one of the hardest things to deal with and be able to come back to your center and be able to come back and break the illusion and break free and free yourself from the illusion that that is suddenly success. A lot of people end up in the limelight talking about their addictions and talking about their sobriety and going to all of these, these things, or even in the case of Robin Williams committing suicide. All of these things, it makes it even more difficult if fame and fortune is part of the equation. So we see, well, then every person on the planet has to decide for themselves, what is success for me? Now, Mars is going to go into retrograde, like I said, on December 7th. And so this is a really good time because Mars wants to take action, but Mars is going to be reflecting for a while as it moves into Retrograde. Retrograde is always reflection periods. So we get to ask the question, what is success for me? What actions am I taking that are going to make me a success in the things I want to create? Not the things, not the sports stars that get paid too much money or the actors that get paid too much money in the United States, but what does success mean for me? And so that is kind of an interesting that this new moon landed on it just before Mars is going retrograde during this lunation when these star configurations are powerful. Now, I said Antares was a big, huge star. So this little dot that you can barely see is our sun. Sirius is our spiritual sun, and Pollux is like the north, close to the North Star. Arcturus, we were just talking about, they have the amazing north healers on Arcturus. Rigel is the Orion star that's helping us with polarity and duality. And here's Aldebaran, which is the star across from Antares, that is Archangel Michael's stars. This is Betelgeuse, which a lot of people are feeling like it's going to explode any minute now, and they want to see it. And they've got a whole telescope dedicated to it. And then this is Antares. This is like one of the biggest stars in the whole sky. And it is in Scorpio right here. This is Antares in Scorpio, the heart of the scorpion. This is the scorpion's tail. That's its head. There's Antares. And then there's a galaxy. May not be a galaxy, but it's an M4. It's an object in the sky. So it's either a nebula or a galaxy or a cluster. So there's something right there by Antares, which is kind of interesting. So this is now, so who is Archangel Uriel? Archangel Uriel, one of the royal stars. Oh, he's overseeing this class right now. He has a golden cloak. He deals with the solar plexus chakra. He helps us shine our light. He helps us anchor our light into the earth so that so that we're more like lighthouses, right? And he helps us claim our power in sovereignty. So Annabelle just did something that is like claiming your light. She just did this gesture right here. So if you have your feet smack on the floor and you have your hands like this, you're like, okay, Antares, okay, Archangel Uriel, help me shine my light. Help me bring in this light, bring in this huge light all the way down to my feet. Help me anchor my feet 2 feet below my feet, which is the Earth Star chakra. So anchoring our light, being this lighthouse, being this, yep, I'm here, I'm shining my light, I'm claiming my power, I'm claiming my sovereignty, I'm personally responsible for my own life. I'm not looking for somebody to blame anymore. I'm looking to co-create my life. So these are some of the things with Archangel Uriel. I pulled a card from this deck, which is the Angelic Lightwork deck from Alana Fairchild. She has some really good decks. There's meditations in here, as well as some really beautiful prayers and talking about different aspects. She only covers 4 archangels in this. But she has 44 cards, so she has 11 cards for each archangel. And this is Archangel Uriel, a card I pulled from the Archangel Uriel section, which is called Treasure of the Soul. So because there's so much power right now with the new moon on Antares with Archangel Uriel, this is a good time to look within and really see the treasures that are being revealed because of this power. Because of this power, the layers around our heart get stripped away, and we see more clearly within our own hearts the treasure of the soul. So we're hopefully going to do that. Thank you, Archangel Uriel, when we go into the meditation part. So I'm going to go really quick with the rest of this because we want to spend lots of time on the meditation. Claim your power. Claim it. It's time to claim your power. You are worthy. Yes, don't hang back thinking it's scary. It's actually harder during this time if you don't claim your power than if you claim your power. A lot of times people think, oh, I don't want to claim my power, then I'm responsible for everything I say and do. Well, yeah, you always were. So it's just kind of like that. So here's the Lyra Ring Nebula, which is an interesting nebula to take a look at and kind of say, okay, what message is this ring nebula trying to give us? So this is a picture from NASA, and it's conjunct Venus right now. So this is kind of interesting that's part of this new moon configuration. Uranus, we've talked a couple of months in a row about how Algar, this binary star, Uranus is right on it. We're just kind of, there's sudden changes happening all over the place. A lot of people didn't expect that the person who got elected in the United States should was going to. So a lot of people in shock. Other people were also like, yeah. Some people are like, oh no. But here we go. Neptune is conjunct Shiat. Been happening most of the year. And Shiat's right here with Pegasus right here and Andromeda right here. I'm going to do in January, the week of the 14th, I'm going to be doing a whole presentation on this star Shiat because the North Node is going to be conjunct Shiat. And that's really powerful stuff. So I'm going to be doing a 60-minute presentation during a Galactic Astrology Summit. And then I'm going to be promoting a class that I want to be teaching next year. So that'll be fun. So I've been learning a lot about Shiat the whole time Neptune's been on it. And then here we have Aldebaran, which is one of the stars that Pluto is conjunct right now. Aldebaran's over here. The Lyra is here. Vega is a famous star you might have heard of. The Swan constellation, Alberio in Cygnus, the Swan constellation, which is a binary star. Pluto's going to be on that star next. And then the last star Pluto is going to see that's close to where he is now at 0 degrees is Altar, which is at 2 degrees Aquarius. It's this big blue one here in the middle of this. It's like the brightest star, and it's on the beak of the eagle. And for me, the star Altar helps me step forward with courage. This is on my conjunct my ascendant. And so I'm getting a lot of help. And it's going to be exact again on February 2nd, 2025. So that'll be interesting. Pluto came out last year, hit it almost within a minute, and then came back, retrograded back into Capricorn. It is going to come back and actually hit it exact this time on February 2nd. So I might even do a video that day, who knows. All right, so what are we bringing for this ceremony? Well, let's get into ceremonial mood. I usually do this at the beginning, so let's light a candle and ask Archangel Uriel to help us as we're lighting this candle, help us shine our light, because we know that we each have a divine spark within us. And there's my flame at last. So I've got my flame, and my flame is reminding me that, yep, reminding me to shine my light. We all shine our light in a unique way. Now I'm going to clear my head. So I've got aura spray here. So I'm going to spray some aura spray. If you don't have aura spray, but you have like a selenite wand or something like that, you can move this selenite wand around the areas that you want to clear. So I'm thinking right now. So I'm trying to move energy through this area right here. So I'm trying to clear the path here. But if I had a wound or pain, I might want to clear pain out from other areas. So the selenite wands, it's really good to have. So what else do we need? We're gonna we're going to have our water. This is a good time to sanctify our water. I still have Chalice Wells water, and it's going to a couple drops coming into my water, my sacred water that I'm going to drink after the meditation. And getting everything all set up. I've got my scarf that we're going to use during the movement part. Now, why do we have a movement part in the middle of a ceremony? When we're in this movement, helps us move from 3D to 6D. It helps us move into the more sacred geometry realm and information that comes to us. And the archangels hold like a 12-pointed Metatron's cube guide energy. And if we want to have the access to all the different dimensions of ourselves, then moving after receiving a whole bunch of galactic information helps integrate the information, and it pulls and connects our 3D 6D connection. So we may not even know consciously what that's doing, but it's helping us become more adept at being able to, oh yeah, I'm choosing this dimension now. Oh yeah, I'm choosing that dimension now. Or like when I finally figured out, it took only 65 years, but I finally figured out to be in 3D when I'm cooking, because otherwise I burn pots and I burn food and all kinds of horrible things. So being in 3D really comes in handy. Should have figured that out when I was still driving. I don't drive anymore for good reasons. But here is Our Lady of Guadalupe. We're going to go visit her. We could visit her anytime when we live in Mexico City. She's just north of Mexico City. And she has a golden halo all the way around. And so we can receive, just imagine we're receiving, allowing golden liquid light to come through. This is a good time for golden liquid light to come through because it's Archangel Uriel who wears a golden cloak. So we really are putting on not only Our Lady of Guadalupe's full body halo, we're putting on Archangel Uriel's cloak. And so this light, this protection, this beautiful golden light becomes part of us and part of what we're understanding. So what are we trying to do? One of the things that we're doing is the feminine yin part of us, yin energy that we have access to, and the masculine yang energy we have access to. We're merging those two. We're claiming both of them. We're not saying, oh, this is my gender, so I'm going to stay here, or this is my gender, so I'm going to stay here. This is energy. This isn't genders of people. This is energies that we all have. We all have both. Some of it lies dormant based on cultural expectation over the last however long we've been alive. But this is breaking down, and it's really hard on the people that came into this life to break this down. But the feminine yin energy and the masculine yang energy within us both, merging of those opposites within the eye of the heart. So we're going within the eye of the heart. So we're taking on a horizontal level and merging these two, and we are also going to be merging the divine spark within all of us with our humanness. So our human and divine is also coming in. Our vertical axis is coming in. So, and it's coming in, it can come in on infinity loops with different patterns. And we've got a fire trine in the sky with this new moon. So we can have a fire infinity sign on the horizontal as well as the vertical. So, and talking about honoring every step of our journey, no matter what kind of weird stuff Mars is having, is suggesting we do, we get to reflect on that and make choices on the next steps in our life. So what are we doing? We're going to do some movement right now. Then we're going to step into a guided meditation. We're going to ask the question, what is being conceived within me now? Which is the new moon question. We're going to come up with a baby step. We're going to journal. We're going to drink our sanctified water. We're going to have communion with our dark chocolate. And then anybody that wants to share can share if you're here live with me. And so that's kind of what we're doing. Does anybody have a question? I mean, don't want to drink the sacred water yet. Okay, so if my song doesn't come through, you can turn your song on now. Let's see if mine will come in though. Come in. Let me turn it up. So we're just moving in figure eights mainly. Got figure eights going on horizontal, masculine and feminine energy, yin and yang. We've got vertical figure eights going, got our energy going all the way down to the Earth Star chakra, or even the core of the Earth, going up all the way up to the Soul Star chakra, or all the way up to the galactic center, bringing all of it into the center of the heart, bringing it all around. Okay, so we can go ahead and sit and make sure we have our journal open with our pencil, because we're going to go right from the meditation into the journaling. Our question, what is being conceived within me now, is right here in case we forget what our question is. And here we have feet on the floor, feeling the light that we are, feeling our center, feeling anchored, feeling like we brought it all in, just like we brought in the energy around us when we sang in the archangels. We are bringing the energy of those figure eights we were making and feeling like, okay, there's figure eights still all around me because I was moving that scarf into all those figure eight patterns. So we're going to call in all of that energy that surrounds us, all the good stuff, all the good, beautiful infinity loops here in fire sign infinity loops with this beautiful new moon, Mars, and North Node energy kind of helping guide us towards what is next for us. And now we can feel with our feet on the ground and our energy planted, our light planted into the Earth Star chakra, 2 feet below our feet. And feeling that energy rise up, this earth supporting energy, rise up our legs and help ground us in the root chakra. So our root chakra grounds us into the earth. All those people that get locked into fame and fortune, they need to ground into the earth in the root chakra and know that they belong here on earth. Now at this time, how do we know they belong here? Because they're here. Sacral chakra, feeling this energy, feeling this grounded earth energy in the sacral chakra, feeling all of this emotional power that's supporting now this beautiful sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, which we can connect to Archangel Uriel here. So on the on the solar plexus chakra above our navel, we can feel this energy of I am, I will, I have free will. There are things that I chose to do, and there are things that are done with. Those things that are done, I need to release those things so that what is new can come in. And so we are going to release anything that's finished and done with. Yay, us, we finished some stuff, we're done with it. We can release it. Other people may not have even started this. So releasing that energy of what we completed can help people that have not started that journey yet. Shining our light, releasing what we already know. Feeling Archangel Uriel with us, helping us clear away all that we don't need anymore, all of the I'm going to, and oh, I'm inspired to, and oh, that's my path. All of that no longer serves because we've done it already. Archangel Uriel is helping us clear away the wonderful successes as well as the wreckage, clearing it all away as if it was all the same learning. Oh, we were learning. So we've got Archangel Uriel helping us at the solar plexus chakra so that we can have a really clear idea of what is next for us and what is being conceived within us. And we're going to move this powerful energy up to the heart with this grounding energy because we want to make sure that when we release our power into the world, we're releasing it with love. So there's a big, huge dose of love coming from our heart, encompassing this beautiful, powerful, I'm claiming my power energy from the solar plexus chakra that's mixing now with the earth energy. Even feel a vertical figure 8 fire, infinity sign in fire, an infinity loop in fire between these two chakras. Feeling this beautiful, thank you, Archangel Uriel, this beautiful energy is helping the energy move between the two chakras. And then moving up, we've got all of this happening in our heart chakra. We're bringing some energy up to our throat chakra so that we have an idea of our truth and how our truth can get clearer because things got cleared away. Bringing this earth energy up into our third eye so that what comes through our third eye, the way of seeing that comes through in our intuition is more grounded. That there's not all confused. We can see the one thing that we need to see now, this next step, what is being conceived within me now. And then thank you, um, Star Shia. We are going to the crown chakra where Neptune's been all year. And we're asking Shiat the star to help us open our crown chakra so that we can take in just the light that we need. We have the sun and the moon, our two luminaries, in duality, one day, one night. Both are important. We need both of them. They're here together, bringing them in, and then bringing in the star Altaras, bringing in any other of the stars that we were talking about that you feel we need to bring in. But Antares, this big, huge star that has our power on it, is coming in, it's coming down. We can see it as it passes by our third eye chakra. We can feel it as in a word as it comes through by our throat chakra. Maybe it comes in as a sound. This beautiful, beautiful energy of the sun and moon and Antares and any other stars in our heart chakra, feeling our huge heart chakra today that includes Archangel Uriel holding up our solar plexus chakra so that we have this huge heart solar plexus chakra energy happening. And this energy is happening, this vertical movement. And now we also have a horizontal movement in this beautiful air trine that we also have in the sky right now with Pluto and Sedna and the supergalactic center. So we've got two infinity loops of fire and an air, all yang energy, helping us understand what is being conceived within me now. So we can take a deep breath, feeling all of that energy moving around within us, within chakra 3 and 4, both of this at the same time, bringing it all together, helping us open into the center of these two opposites, helping us step out of the sides of duality and into this beautiful, beautiful center within us called the eye of the heart. And when we're in the eye of the heart, we're in our deepest heart, we're in our clearest heart, and we're asking, what is being conceived within me now? And the answer might come in a multitude of ways: a word, a sentence, a sound. It could be a feeling within, it could be a feeling of energy moving, it could be an image, it could be a movie. There's all sorts of ways. It could be a color. So feeling this beautiful preciousness, this golden preciousness surrounding this eye of the heart. What is being conceived within me now? What is being conceived within me now? And I'll go into silence for a moment. Okay, and now we're going to ask ourselves the question, after feeling this, what is being birthed within us, after feeling this and having some kind of answer to what this is, or some kind of knowing, a knowingness with our intuition, we're going to ask, what baby step am I initiating to bring this intention forward? So we're anchoring again what we received, we're anchoring it by asking, what small step in my daily life am I bringing in? What intention am I setting in this baby step? And within the next month, within the next day. Okay, when we have our baby step, we are going to take our water, our sanctified water, and we're going to drink this water to bring in this baby step even more. And now we are going to think about who is going to help us with this baby step. And once we know who is going to help us with this baby step, could be an angel, an ascended master, an ancestor, a great thinker, who is going to help us. So thank you. And we're at 101, but if we want to share, if either of you or both of you want to share before we wrap this up, go ahead and unmute and let me know that you want to share either your experience or your baby step. Carrie.
Hi there. Oh boy, this was a great meditation. Um, I had a really interesting gift. Is they walked up to me. They usually have it, in their hands. They walked up, and it was a sun. And I'm like, what am I going to do with a sun? And they put it in my heart, and so now I had this glowing sun in my heart. That was really cool. And then the step they gave me was meditating on a figure eight that went from my heart through my throat chakra, through my third eye, and then back again. And to meditate on that, I was like, well, what's that going to give me? And says to keep what was to be conceived was to keep the flower flowing in the eye of my heart.
Beautiful.
Yes, and so I'd already had some images of, like a lotus blossom or something, in my heart, but I really didn't have anything that kept a flow going. So that seemed to be important. And Archangel Uriel was sort of holding me up through the whole thing. And Archangel Metatron was the one that was figuring out how to get the sun and the heart and get things aligned. So that was really cool.
All right, awesome. Carrie, Carrie's been doing this meditation for a while, so she knows to ask a question when she receives something she doesn't okay, how am I supposed to use this?
Mhm.
Because she does use, what she's given, but she wants to know what. Okay, come on, guys. What am I going to? How am I going to use?
Yes,
How am I going to
fill
use?
in the blanks here. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So she knows enough to ask questions. Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Carrie. Carrie always is just like right there, bringing it in. Beautiful. And Annabelle, did you want to share today? You don't have to. Go ahead.
Hello, hello. I'm so happy to be here with you, ladies. It's a little late. I was like half falling asleep, and then I'm in a very peaceful place.
Beautiful.
Um, anyway, for me, really, in the last few weeks, what's been coming up is, am I going to start working in French? What am I going to do? And and the one thing that comes back is to work with men and women and to not
Mm,
work only with women. And last night I was doing an interview, online with a dragon um, group people.
yeah.
And so there were quite a few men, and already a few men, they want to follow me. And it's like, okay, I have this women's group, so I have to adjust that. And so the new, what has been coming back is to really do a retreat. But the retreat I want to do, because I'm close to Marie Madeleine, and the land I'm on is really the land of the
Hmm.
dragon energy land here. And so I really want to work with bringing the masculine and the feminine, the divine union, and working with divine will.
Yay.
And so I think that will take shape at some point. I don't know how, where. At the moment, I'm just, I'm still settling, arriving, and kind of being with all these questions. Um, but I think what is clear is that I do not need to work only with women and to really bring the masculine and the feminine together
Beautiful.
much more than, everybody's been doing a lot of the divine feminine, I feel,
Yeah.
and working only with women, but to really, so that's what had come up for me. And yeah, tonight Marie Madeleine is around. Marie Madeleine has come, and she came this morning in a card for the group as well. So I'm probably gonna go and visit her site very soon. I'd
Mhm.
say, it's not far. So I will go there and ask her more to guide me, actually. But yeah, I think I really want to do to reorganize my work and to do more to work with men and women as well.
Beautiful.
So that's what has come, and I've got a beautiful fire.
Beautiful. Oh, that's exciting. Annabelle, you're expanding in beautiful, beautiful ways. And for people watching the replay, Carrie and I know this, but Annabelle is a French citizen who moved to Australia and now is back in France. And yes, you have a beautiful, beautiful women's group. And a lot of us had beautiful women's groups for a while and are opening up to more. And I think it's because we're the need now is for all of us to work together as opposed to,
Absolutely.
yeah,
It's
there's
so clear, and it's not about men and women, it's about really light and shadow. And it's like working together towards the light and really accepting our shadows and working with our shadows. But, and men are really touched by that. I was over in London for the weekend last weekend to listen to Mr. Richard Rudd from the Gene Keys. And
Mhm.
and that was beautiful because it's people, study gene keys come from all over the world. And really the main thing is always to want to create peace,
Mhm.
peace in the world and peace in ourselves first.
Yeah.
So yes, it's I think we're here. We've got a job, and I feel like the one thing is to we have so much value to to give people, and sometimes we don't value enough all that we have
Hmm.
because it's so natural that we think, oh, everybody knows that, but no, everybody doesn't know that, and
Yeah,
so our
yeah.
knowledge needs to be really passed on.
Hmm. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's what a beautiful, yeah, you have a lot of wisdom in a lot of different ways that whatever the moment requires, you got it. It's right there.
Yes.
Um,
Mm. Anyway, I am so grateful to be with you ladies tonight.
yeah, we're
It's
grateful to
really,
see
really nice.
Annabelle and Carrie back, 4 years ago when
Yes.
longer than that because the pandemic started in 2020, and you guys have been
Yeah.
right there the whole time.
Do
So
you remember? I was the one who showed you how to do
I
Facebook
do,
Live.
I do remember.
That's how we connected.
Afraid to be visible. I was so afraid to go live on camera.
Oh, I don't know what to do.
Oh,
Just
I
press the
don't
button
know.
and start talking.
Honey, you press a button. There's the button right there. You see the button? Yeah.
Press the button.
Press it.
Press the button and start talking. And that's it.
Yes,
And
Yeah, it was so
you're
funny.
still talking.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna sing ourselves
Mm-hmm.
out. Those people on the replay, please tell me in the comments, in the notes, please tell me, where is it? I have to share again. Please tell me in the comments, in the where it says see more on the YouTube, right? What it is that you would like to share, what it is that you feel like your baby step is. Maybe you don't want to tell your whole experiences, it could be too personal, but anybody, this is a big time, a lot of new planets coming in, changing signs. Pluto just changed signs. We're going to have Uranus changing signs. We're going to have Saturn and Neptune changing signs. So we've got a lot happening next year. If you want to know how the energy is going to move for you, find out how these shifts, these are big shifts. These planets take, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years in one sign. And when they change sign, it's a big change of energy in your life too. So I have a special discount. I have 4 sessions left. If you see the show notes, because my link will be in the show notes on how to book this session. If you want to grab one of these 4 sessions, book it now. Do it. There, I think both of you have had readings from me. Should people book a session with me? So our next new moon ceremony is going to be on the 30th. So we had 2 new moons in November and 2 new moons in December. Are we lucky or what? And now this is our song. We're singing out our song. In this circle of love, in this circle of peace, in this circle of love, in this circle of peace, I feel our unity, love, sweet security. I feel our unity, love, sweet security in this circle of love, in this circle of peace. Okay, all right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. See you next time. Bye-bye.